This is Work From Home, the show that helps you stay connected, productive and sane while working remotely. I'm Harry, and today is the third and final instalment of my conversation with Natalie Jones, who is a shopkeeper that runs a shop called Caro. You can find that at carosomerset.com. And I spoke with Natalie about finding personal space during lockdown. When we're all cooped up at home together with our families, it can be really hard to find time to yourself that you sort of take for granted so much in normal life. But I also wanted to talk to her about finding physical space in the house and time to do work and be productive. Outside of the, not just specific to shopkeeping, but what's working from home like for you? Like how is sort of family life? And, I couldn't not ask about Arlo, your son, and how life, working at home has been.
It's been a learning curve. I mean, at the beginning, I always felt that I love being around people and quite kind of gregarious. But actually in the beginning, I really struggled with the sort of intensity of not having any personal space or personal time. And I don't mean just an hour. I mean, like, I need 6 hours. People go, well, just go and have a walk. Sorry, that's not going to cut it. I need a long amount of time to process my own thoughts. And I didn't know I was like that before. And also that, the little things that niggle each other with you and, with your partner, usually you don't spend so much time together. So I think you find ways of just sort of not letting things bother you because, they'll go away in a minute. So you'll be fine.
Right, yeah.
But when they're there all the time, and I'm not saying it goes both ways, I'm sure, but, everything just is heightened and it's like, oh my God, that is so irritating. So there was some bickering at the beginning, but that we found our way again. We found our own flow. It's been great. I mean, we have been helped having the sun out the majority of the time. So I think that's been in our favour because we can all go outside. We're not stuck in the living room constantly.
Absolutely, yeah.
We are also very fortunate. I am sort of making all these excuses because I'm about to say it has been quite enjoyable. So I feel like I need to justify that. But I think also we are very lucky being in Somerset because we've got fields surrounding us. So we can literally step outside and walk for an hour, do our daily exercise without seeing anybody. Whereas so many people aren't in that situation. And I appreciate that's what's made it enjoyable for us, is that we can escape where there is no one,
Absolutely. I'm super grateful for the exact same thing. My sister lives in London and she's got a 1-year-old who's 2 days younger than our son. And so, they're going through the exact same experience as us, but in a place that's far less conducive to outside activity and just space and free, like just the freedom we have here. Obviously lockdown is real and we do have restrictions, but because of the amount of space, you can go out and be completely socially distant and just not feel cooped up and trapped, which has been huge. How's your productivity at home? Do you lock yourself away in a separate room or a separate arm of the house, or do you, what do you do?
Yes, we very luckily, just before lockdown, literally the week of lockdown, we acquired a room in the house, which for 5 years has been like a dumping ground, but we decided to clear it out. And so that is now somebody called it my HQ, which it's just a tiny room, but it's me and a bookshelf basically. And I go in here, light a candle, put a poster up on the wall and
close the doors.
And it looks out onto the garden, which is really nice. So yeah, I have to do that because it's not fair on Arlo, my son, if we're all around anyway, because he wants to be free and play. So it's just better for everyone that I remove myself. So yeah, and I am very productive and I have learned that I do enjoy working on my own. Well, I enjoy working with people. When I used to work in an office, I really enjoyed that as well. But I don't struggle working at home, or I'm pretty adaptable wherever I work. I work in a cafe, in a garden, and it's fine. I can just plug myself in, and so yeah, it's been very, very nice actually.
Awesome. And you're getting with Arlo, and certainly this is something that Pip, my wife, and I struggle with on a daily basis, is that sort of balance between looking after the kid and kind of getting work done. Do you manage to sort of carve out a work day, or what does that sort of work day look like for you on a typical basis, if there is such thing?
Well, my husband's a teacher, so obviously he's a key worker, so his work is more important. Luckily, they have this sort of online portal way of teaching. So it's not like he's having to do Zoom lessons or anything like that. And it has been quite limited. So we have been able to sort of do a day on and a day off. If ever he needs to do an hour of emails or whatever it is, then we sort of tag team in that way. It has been okay, but that is something that I don't deal with very well. So yesterday I was very anxious because it was sort of like, right, 2 hours here, then I've got to make a phone call, right, then Tom needs to go and do that, then I need to, and that makes me very anxious because I just feel like I'm not doing anything very well. In terms of being a mum, having Tom all around has given me a huge inferiority complex because Arlo way prefers spending time with him. So, whereas before I always had 2 days on my own with him and Tom worked 5 days a week, Arlo didn't know any better than me. Whereas now he's like, oh, this is the supreme parent, And now I'm always like looking at them thinking, oh, damn it, what am I going to do to up the game on that one? I'm going to have to buy another puzzle or something. But, that's all part of it, isn't it?
Absolutely. So that's it for today. Thank you again, Natalie, for joining us. You can find more information about her at carosomerset.com. That's CARO Somerset.com. And if you enjoyed today's episode, I would hugely appreciate a share on your social media channel of choice, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever your flavour. And we will be back same time on Monday morning. See you then.